Now we get to the penultimate race within the second set of heats this weekend here at the B&L Karting Series. It's DD2 and DD2-Masters. Heat 2, race 7 out of 12 here on Heats Day at Karting Defang. Here's your starting grid. Nicolas Guillaume, who won Heat 1 by nearly 1.5 seconds. Will start once again from pole position. Alongside him once again will be the 407 of Nikita Genza, who also finished exactly where he qualified on the outside of the front row. Karl Klebor, who won the Masters class and finished 5th in the previous race, starts P3. Alongside will be Imke Arts, who finished 4th. Behind the man that starts on the inside of row 3, Dylan LaHaye. Luca Neuenhausen unfortunately retiring with 6 laps to go. We'll start again from 6th position. Christophe Capitain and Michael Becker, well, will start exactly where they finished and also where they started last time out in Heat 1, 7th and 8th respectively. Maximilian Adolf will start 11th behind Kian de Brandt and Frederik Zevis Christensen. De Brandt finished 6th in Heat 1. Zevis Christensen was found to have a front fairing out of position. He was thereby given a 5-second time penalty post-race, dropping him down to 10th. So that's your grid for Heat 2 for DD2 and DD2 Masters. Once again, it's going to be 10 minutes plus an additional lap. So the wind has increased in terms of velocity, 17 kph. Humidity has dropped now down to 59%. Air temperature now 17 degrees Celsius. More to the point, it is going to be the case of what will transpire over the next 10 minutes. Plus an additional lap. Well, we're going to find out right in front of our very own eyes. Here at this wonderful circuit here at Mariembourg. It's always a pleasure to be here at this track, and it's a wonderful part of the country here in Belgium, in the southern parts, in the Namur region, just outside of a lovely little place called Courvin. Right, okay, mind games have started already. Come on, get racing. So the lights are on the gantry once again, 10 minutes plus an additional lap in this penultimate heat for DD2 and DD2 Masters. Into the tram lines we go. Revs rise, lights are on, lights are out straight away. And Guillaume tries to get the jump on Nikita Genza, who's round the outside, and so is Imke Arts. I cannot believe what I've just seen. Guillaume did not get the best start at all when the lights went out. And Genza and Arts, who were on the outside row, the outside lane, they got the job done on the 491 so quickly. Mamma mia, that was brilliant from both Genza and Arts. And Guillaume now has Dylan LaHaye for close company. Guillaume now defends into turn 6. Frederik Zevis Christensen ends up down at the back end of the field. It looks like, well, at the minute, Maximilian Adolf looks to be making some inroads and has got through. Let's see, he's actually ahead of Michael Becker, Luca Neuenhausen and Frederik Zevis Christensen. So Genza is going to lead the field after lead the field across the line after lap 1. 0.166 ahead of Imke Arts. Nicolas Guillaume in 3rd, but in front of SP Motorsport teammate Dylan LaHaye. And Guillaume looking for a move up the inside of Arts, going through into turn 3. Didn't quite work out there. Now through 4, into the fast right-hander here at 5, on the run down to the heavy braking zone of Chemin de Fer here at 6. Genza still holds on to the race lead. Looks like Maximilian Adolf, I saw actually uncustomarily pulling out to the right-hand side through turn 5. That was really, really weird to see. That was actually just behind Michael Becker. And now Guillaume looking up the inside, through on Imke Arts. That's opened the door for Dylan LaHaye. They both get through at the final right-hander. So now change for 2nd and 3rd. Arts down to 4th, Guillaume up to 2nd, LaHaye up to 3rd. Genza leads by nearly 4.5 tenths of a second after the opening 2 laps. Karl Klebor, de Backer, is now down. Well, he might be down 2 places. He is the fastest driver overall in this race. 55.606 seconds. And now Genza starting to try and lead away as Guillaume's made a mistake. He made a mistake coming out of turn 5, and now that's another drama for the 491. And now Christophe Capitan through the piff-paff chicane into escargot gets a number done over on Carl Klebor. My godfathers, how on earth can you see that this kind of thing can happen? But wow, the form book has been, the playbook has been ripped up and thrown in the trash can. Genza leads by nearly 7/10 of a second as LaHaye and Arts scrap away over P2 and P3 respectively. Guillaume down to 4th. Capitan now leads Masters ahead of Clairbourg. Maximilien Adolphe looks to have had a technical failure, or a DNF, caused by a technical issue. LaHaye was too deep on the brakes there through turn 6. He was nigh on. SP Motorsport sideways right there through at Chemin de Fer. Held on to it, but if it had gotten any further sideways, I think Imke Arts would have been through past him quicker than a rat up a drain pipe and through for second. But whilst that's happened, Genza now extends his lead. It was 7/10. It's now over 7/10, nearly 8/10 of a second for Genza from Germany. LaHaye and Arts, Belgium and the Netherlands. It really does sound like the FIFA Euro championships for football, But Genza leading the way. And there you see the rest of the field, all 10 runners, rounded out by Brand Racing's Luca Neuenhausen from the Netherlands, who I first met, funny enough, through the Euro Trophy, through Project E20, when he was running as an E20 seniors driver. And got to know him very, very well. He's let his hair grow out since then, I must admit. But Genza still starting to expand that lead. And they come across the line again. LaHaye has started to close that in. Guillaume goes purple, sets the fastest lap of the race. As Fredrik Zebis Christensen, I'm really at a loss to wonder why Fredrik is not on the pace. And that's going to muck up his perfect score. The only driver that came into this round of the season in the B&L Karting Series with a perfect score across the board. Genk, he was untouchable. We come to Mariembourg and it's a different story. So whether him and his mechanic have been unable to unlock that little magical step that's needed to push that forward, but at the minute, Zebis Christensen stuck behind Michael Becker. So Guillaume is the fastest one out there. Lap 6 completed. Genza leads. Second, it's LaHaye. Imke Arts, new fastest lap. Oh, I feel the Jaws music burning into my inner eardrums at the minute, because when, as I said earlier on, if Imke Arts and the car are one, watch out. Big time. She runs P3. Guillaume still 4th. Battle for DD2-Master really heating up, because Capitan and Clairbourg were less than 4/10 of a second apart after the opening 6 laps. We still have just under 4 minutes of this race, plus 1 lap to go, and then we'll head on to the last second heat, or the end of the second third of the heat stages in this competition, because we'll have finals day tomorrow. And then we'll have the super heats and the finals. 3.5 minutes to go. Genza still calmly holding on to that lead, but LaHaye is just again dug into it and just went purple in sector 2. Guillaume's fastest in sector 1. Arts is fastest in sector 3. So fastest lap of the race is by Imke Arts, last time around 55.166. Ideal lap time based on the best times in all 3 sectors says 54.989. So the fastest lap of the race so far, 55.166. So we're 23. Well, we're what are we? It's going to be close to about 0.18 of a second off of the optimum lap, based on the sector times that have been recorded on the live timing. But Michael Becker still holding on to third in Masters, but keeping a certain young Dane behind him, form of Fredrik Zebis Christensen. New fastest lap of the race now has gone to Nikita Genza in the 4:05. Sorry, 4:07. 55.156. And has a lead of nearly half a second over Dylan LaHaye. Imke Arts being closed in on by Nicolas Guillaume. They have also been battling, not just in this championship, but also chrono karting. I think they're also battling against each other at the combined round of the third round of the chrono karting Dutch Championship. RACB Belgium Max Challenge, which was round 2 of the championship, even though that was the first point scoring round of the season, and also the second and final round of this year's 2024 Benefit League, which is a mutual collaboration between RMC Netherlands and RMC Belgium. Of course, the Champions Winter Trophy added Rotax Germany and Andreas Mattis's organisation onto that as well in February. My, how have the months gone by, and so has the temperature risen in certain parts of the world. But we are coming down to the final minute of this race, and Nikita Genza hanging on for the race lead. Gap between him and Dylan LaHaye last time out was just under 0.3 of a second. Guillaume now closing in on Arts for that third place. 2 laps to go. Gap now, well, it was 0.285, it's 0.269. New fastest lap, Dylan LaHaye, 55.018 from the 4:28 from Belgium. As Guillaume has just got through, I saw it in the back of the shot that Guillaume was looking for the move up through turn 3 on Imke Arts. And that move has just happened. And now Guillaume's starting to defend because he knows he's got over 1.5 kilometres to keep Imke Arts at bay for that third place. Arts will end up finishing exactly where she qualified. So now the last lap is underway. Nikita Genza leading by just under 0.2. Nicolas Guillaume is in third ahead of Imke Arts, but Dylan LaHaye holding on to second position, was third in the previous race, and now senses there might be one last roll of the dice into the final few sections. They've just come through Chemin de Fer. I think LaHaye might be a bit too far back. If this was at Karting Genk, I'd be saying something completely different, but you never know. It's another Belgian track that LaHaye has raced around extensively, but out of the final right-hander, it's going to be the run to the line, pedal to the metal, and Genza picks up the win in Heat 2 ahead of LaHaye with just over 0.22 of a second. Heat 1 winner Guillaume takes P3 ahead of Imke Arts. Christophe Capitain takes the win ahead of Carl Clebault in Masters, with Fredrik Zebis Christensen ending up 7th. Finally, the Dane has a little bit of lady luck on his side. Kian de Brandt 8th, Michael Becker 9th, rounding out the top 3 in Masters, with Luca Neuenhausen in 10th. And unfortunately, on lap 2, well, Maximilian Adolphe retiring from the race. The RTM Racing Team Margraf driver up at one point, I think was 7th or 8th. But Genza wins Heat 2 in DD2, and Capitain wins in Masters.